everybody, I thought today I would just do a video that I've not done before, and I thought it was pretty cool to do and for people to watch, and I just thought that I'd do some beauty hacks that I personally know. It might sound like common sense to some people, but it's a good thing to, you know, to know. So I thought, why not share it with you lot? So for one, false lashes. False lashes are a nightmare. I don't know if you're like me, but I struggle with them so much. And the way I've dealt with applying them and not getting myself in so much of a mess with glue everywhere, all on my makeup, so it ruins the look, I have actually been applying the glue to my lash line instead of the actual eyelash, because I feel that I applied too much glue if I apply it to the false eyelash. So if you apply it to just your lash line, you just get the correct amount and you don't get such of a mess, because sometimes I'm a bit of a shaky person. I'll go to put my false eyelash on and then I'll twitch and then I'll get it all everywhere. So yeah, definitely makes less of a mess. If you're a person who finds that their eyelashes don't stick, you can always do it on your lash line and on your eyelashes, so you've got double the amount, but I don't have that issue, so I just stick with the lid. Second is if you've got crazy brows. I mean, I'm quite lucky, I'm quite fair haired, but I know some dark people have very sparse brows that are quite hard to control. So I know we all have brow gel, but there's nothing else that works better than a good old lip balm. Lip balm works perfectly for controlling your brows, and especially ones with beeswax in them. So things like Burt's Bees, oh, what's that other make that? Carmex, they've got beeswax in them. So they both work really well with taming your eyebrows. And when you're on the go, if you don't have your brow gel, or you've left it at home, if you've gone away and you think, oh my god, I don't know what to do, if you've got Carmex, that's what to do. So I found that out, and I found that really useful, because when I went away I forgot to bring my brow gel, so I used Burt's Bees to keep them there all day. Small lips. Everybody likes big lips. I'm not too bad with my lips. They're not the smallest of lips, but sometimes if I want a bigger pouting look, I contour under here. So you get a contour colour. My contour is on the floor right now, so I can't help you out. You get a contour colour and you just apply it to under your lower lip, and it just makes it makes it look like you're pouting when you're not. So it's just a shadow, and it just creates the illusion that your lips are bigger than what they are. So that's a good one to keep in mind, and it stops from overlining, and overlining can be a nightmare and can look bad if it's not. So it's just another way of making them look bigger. Next is to do my nails. I am terrible at doing my nails. I'm the most shakiest, impatient person ever. And there's two tricks that I use when I do my nails. One of them is if I'm having a shaky day, I've had drinking lots of coffee, put PVLA glue around your nail, paint them. You can make as much mess as you like, because it will go on PVLA glue, and then you can peel the glue off, and it's satisfying anyway to peel the glue off, and then you have nails that look like they've been done professionally. The next trick I always use when I paint my own nails is drying them takes forever, and certain brands, I don't know why, take longer to dry than others, and I sit there thinking, are these ever going to dry? Especially these gel ones, I find they're the worst to actually dry. Well, stick your hands under a cold running tap and they will dry a lot quicker, and if you're like me and you've got no patience, I always do that. So run your tap and just hold your hands under them for a few minutes, and they will dry and set a lot quicker than what they would if you didn't. Next, I'm going to do if you've got no eyeshadow primer, or you haven't bought an eyeshadow primer and you're debating whether you actually think they work or not, a good way to try it out is to use a concealer on your eyelids and then set it with a translucent powder, because the concealer is going to get rid of any colorants on your like veins on your eyelids. We all get a lot of veins on our eyelids. Sometimes they're red, sometimes they're purple. So that reduces all of that, and then you are setting it which will make the eyeshadow a lot easier to blend. If you just put concealer on and don't set the eyelids, then your eyeshadow can be a lot harder to blend out, which is sometimes what I find if I've applied my foundation and I forgot to set my eyes. Always set your eyes, because it makes your eyeshadow blend like a dream. So remember that, guys. Next I'm going on to problem skin. I have problem skin and there's ways about it. When my skin starts flaring up, I think, right, okay, get the Sudocreme out. I put the Sudocreme, mix a little bit of Sudocreme in with my moisturiser, and I apply that to my face. So I sleep with it like that, and I have it on in the day under my makeup. This way you have the benefit of Sudocreme working on your skin and any problem areas, but you also don't look ridiculous walking around with splodges on your face. So that's a way of helping with problem skin. Next of all is tweezering. I don't actually tweezer my eyebrows anymore, I actually get them waxed. But when I did used to tweezer them, oh my god, that was the most painfulest thing ever. And I know when I've tried to tweezer my boyfriend's eyelashes, you cannot do it, it's the end of the world. So a good way to do this is to put teething gel where you are going to tweezer, and it's got a numbing, it numbs the actual skin, so you can't actually feel when you're tweezering it afterwards. So if you're someone who finds tweezing really painful, then definitely try that one. Next of all is dry cracked feet. Like, they're not the nicest looking things, especially when it gets towards the summer. You don't really want to be having sandals on with dry cracked feet. So what I do is I either get baby oil or Vaseline and I rub it all into my feet, put some fluffy socks on, go to sleep for the night, wake up in the morning and my feet are soft. Like, they are just like new feet. As nice as feet can get anyway. But I hate sleeping with socks on, so I always do it like on a night that, like, I don't need to be up early, because it sounds really stupid, but I cannot sleep with socks on. Like, I cannot get to sleep. I get really like claustrophobic and I just feel like my body can't breathe and I get really hot. So I always do it on a weekend, and then you don't have to worry of not getting as much sleep as you wanted. Next of all is making lipstick matte. I mean, you can go out and you can buy all these matte lipsticks, but if you've got a colour that you already like and you just want it to be matte, then just apply some translucent powder on it. Get like a little sponge, just some cheap little ones, pop it in the powder and apply it on your lips, leave it for a couple of minutes and then just brush any excess off. And that will mattify your lipstick completely without having to go out and buy another lipstick that's the same colour just because it's matte. So it saves us a lot of money. Another struggle that I always find with makeup is my waterline. I have quite watery eyes, I think, because anything I put on my waterline rubs off, and I look at my friends and I'm like, how has that stayed on your line? How has that stayed on your waterline all day? I don't often actually colour in my waterline, but if I do, there's ways of doing it. If you're using a white pencil in your eyes to open them up, or nude, you just need to set them with a white or a nude like powder, eyeshadow powder. If you're doing black, you just need to set it with a black eyeshadow powder, and this keeps the waterline, it keeps it on the waterline a lot longer than what it would if you didn't set it, and it stops it just rubbing off through the moisture of your eyes. That's a really good tip if you're going out for the night and you've got quite dramatic black eyeshadow on. You don't want these little white skin bits showing through throughout the night, so that's definitely a way of preventing that. Next is contour. A lot of people can't find actually where to contour, especially if you don't have the cheekbones. So the best way to do it is to literally roll a brush down, and you will feel a dip of where your cheekbone is, and literally get your contour brush and get the colour and just apply it above that brush, and that will be a nice sharp contour line, and then just buff it out afterwards so you've got a sharp contour line in the correct place, because so many people contour in the wrong place and that can cause issues. Next one that I always love to go by is concealing under your brows. I get my brows waxed every 4 weeks, however, that is not enough for me. I need 3 weeks really, because I have PCOS, my hair grows a lot quicker on my eyebrows. Although I'm fine haired and I'm fair haired, honestly my eyebrows are like a bush by the end of the 4 weeks. So I go every 4 weeks because it's good to get it in the cycle of your hair growth. So it's good to go every 4 to 5 weeks. So I have to put up with it. The last week I always get a thick concealer that is the correct colour for my actual skin tone. Make sure it's correct, or if not correct, lighter, to highlight your brow bone. And I just apply it along under my brow with a brow brush, and then that just gives it a really like sharp brow, and it makes your brows look a lot more defined. So that's a really good way if you're like me, or say if you're a bit lazy with your brows and you don't pluck them often. That's a way of covering it up. If I'm going out on a night out and I think, oh my god, my brows look horrendous, that's the way to cover it up. So there are all my beauty hacks today. I'd just like to say that I know people might know these, and I know that they're quite commonly like put on the internet, but I just thought I'd like to share them with you lot because they're handy to know and they help me out a lot when I'm applying makeup or doing my nails or anything like that. So I thought I'd share it with you all. Let me know if you liked it, and I'll do some more in the future if I find any more. And please subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!